all. Let's get it all. Let's get it all. Yo, what is up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's your boy, IFBB PRO coming at you with another topic today. All right, and I want to let you guys and girls know, mainly the guys, that this is a guys show today. All right, so ladies, we love you, but today you got to take a hike. This is a conversation that we got to have with the boys. All right, especially if you're between the ages of 20 to 30, basically an 80s kid, 90s kid. Because I realize, like, nowadays, especially nowadays more than ever, I mean, again, I'm young too, but this is what's, going on around the news, or at least going around in most of our social circles. And it's the notion that nowadays men are sort of like not only weaker, but handle like bad situations worse than the previous generations. And this is not going to be like a relationship podcast episode. This is not going to be like a political podcast episode. I don't even do that shit. We talk about fitness. It's the Meathead on the Mic podcast, fitness, nutrition, how to burn fat, stuff like that. But today, I want to talk a lot about men, mainly because it's the mindset, the mental frame that most of the men nowadays are in, that is almost damn near responsible for keeping them in like the body that they're in. And usually the body that they're in is not one that they're proud of, one that is not healthy, and one that they don't want to live in forever, right? So we're going to be breaking down all the things mentally that I think are holding back men nowadays, men born between 1980 to 1990, right? Even on, and help them sort of understand or unpack or discover some things about themselves that they might not know or might not be aware of, so that they can actually improve their lives and use the information that's everywhere, including the Meathead on the Mic podcast, which of course we've got over 100 episodes, and we're almost at episode 150. We're 25 episodes away from 150. So check that out on Apple Podcasts or Spotify if you want. But with that said, I want to let you guys and girls know that with this podcast episode, or with every podcast episode that I do stream live, I will allow everybody to drop comments and ask questions as I go on throughout the live recording of the podcast. But at the end of the podcast, which I will signal, of course, I will be answering as many comments and questions as I possibly can. All right. So as you guys are listening to this or watching this, and you are, putting your input in, which I really do appreciate, and I encourage you to do if you're watching, I also want you to know, please be patient. Wait till the end, because I do want to get the correct soundbite for the people that are not on this live stream and that will be listening to this and downloading this later on Apple or Spotify. All right. So with that said, with that out the way, let's dive into today's podcast recording in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yo, what's good, meatheads? Hope you're having an amazing day, and welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's your returning champion, IFBB PRO coming at you with another topic. And today, I'll be breaking down the reality that most men struggle with today. Again, men that are born at least between 1980 and we'll say 1995, okay, or 1999, in between that window. Young men, okay? I know, and you probably know, at least nowadays, and you see this everywhere now. It's like kind of hot shit on social media that men nowadays struggle a lot more to handle bad shit than the generations previous. Not to say that they didn't struggle, but there's a lot of weak-minded men or boys growing into men in this generation. And I'm not going to make this episode a relationship episode or a political episode or like, what should we do with the world type of episode, because we don't fucking do that here. It's the Meathead on the Mic podcast. We talk mainly about fitness. We talk mainly about fat loss. And of course, getting aesthetic as fuck, bro. All right. So outside of that, there is something that actually does tie this sort of conversation, this topic of what we're, of course, if you read the title, you know what we're going to be talking about. There's something that ties that into what we're talking about today. And that one thing is the mindset, the mentality of the men that struggle with life, especially post rejection, or, after being dumped, or, losing their job, or breaking their leg, or anything, any adversity. All right. This one, it's common for everybody, because most people get in relationships. So, of course, that's why we're going to be branching off of the relationship side of things here. But it's really for all aspects. Like when it comes to anything that can cause you pain as a man, and how to handle it, or at least why you're not handling it, and why your inability or your unwillingness to do the work that you need to do in order to get yourself out of that hole is also tied and related, baked deep within the core root of the fact that you are the way you are and you don't like it. You don't like the body fat that you have. You don't like your man boobs. You don't like your love handles. You don't like your belly. And we're going to be breaking that down and where that might be coming from psychologically, mentally here. Again, This is not a fucking Dr. Phil episode, so don't expect that. All right, but I will be breaking the real, and I will be getting vulnerable, and I will be also being honest as well, and giving you guys and girls a little bit of my perspective as a man and as a young man growing up into being an older man, I guess, man or man, whatever the fuck. But also, you guys and girls may be able to relate to this too. Again, mainly guys. Today's episode is mainly for guys. If you're a woman and you're listening to this, you can listen to this, but I will be, speaking straight to men for this episode. Again, I have over 100 episodes. You can pick whichever one you want if we're talking about fat loss here. But this one I got to dedicate to the boys. So I'll be breaking down the reality of the struggles that most men struggle with today. So again, these things go from getting girls, being confident, looking good, being strong, focusing on growth in all areas of your life. It's going to get deep. We're going to get vulnerable. So this episode is for men. I just want to let you guys know. All right. It's boys time. Ladies, couldn't live without you. Love you to death. But take a hike on this one. All right. Before you dive in, though, please invite or share 2 friends that might need to hear this message today. Okay. So let's get into this. The first thing I want to say for you, bro, the very first thing I want to say, and this is going to sort of tie everything all together if you read the title. Dude, stop stalking your ex's fucking Facebook page, her Instagram page, her TikTok page, whatever the fuck page. Stop stalking it and start stalking your fucking diet. Jesus Christ. And I know that sounds a little bit hard. It sounds a little bit harsh, but who the fuck's going to tell you? No one. Maybe someone will, but you're not listening. So if you're listening now, I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity and tell you, stalk your diet instead of your girlfriend, ex-girlfriend's Instagram, Facebook page. That's not doing anything, man. It's not doing you anything. You're going to stay down bad just looking at that shit over and over again. And if this is you right now, and like you're going through something like this, where like you're dealing with a breakup, or you're dealing with rejection, and you haven't ever, and let's just fucking get real here, bro. Like maybe you're a young guy, you're 20, you've never got laid before, and like you're wondering why. You're like, is there something fucking wrong with me? Like maybe I don't have no game, or as you fucking young kids nowadays, they go like, you don't have no Riz, whatever the hell that means. Sounds like Riz crackers, but I don't know why. High schoolers always make up new words. But anyway, I'm like talking to you because I fucking hate it. Like it hurts my soul. I mean, it doesn't look like it on the outside. Like I'm a guy that actually gives a shit, but I kind of give a shit, even if I don't want to. Like I'll say I don't give a shit, but I care. I see some guys, and I'll be outside. Like I'd be at the movie theaters. I'd be fucking anywhere, and I'd see some guys that I can just see. They carry themselves like, holy shit, please don't see me. Like they're really bottled in, and they're scared almost, and you can almost smell it off of them. It's insecurity is very, very easy to spot, and I see so many freaking young guys nowadays when I go to public spaces post COVID that struggle with just literally presenting themselves properly. Like most of them are walking slouched. Most of them are like, wearing clothes that don't fucking look good, things of that sort. And it kind of like I really do want to say I don't care, but I look at them and I'm just like, oh man, like I want to make that guy my friend right now. Like that's how I feel. I don't do it all the time, so let's get that out the way. But that's how I feel, and that's also what sort of propelled me to make this episode today. So guys, all right, guys, if that's you, if you are that one guy that you're 20 years old, you're 19, you're 18, whatever it is, 25, you've never got laid before, and you're like wondering what's going on with me, like you don't have confidence, or you don't dress well, you play video games all the time, things like that. Like if that's you, stick around. I'm speaking straight to you, and it's going to get real. I'm not going to walk you through the park here. It's not going to be an easy conversation at all to have, but it is one that's going to keep you up at night. And that's good, because you should think about this shit for a while, let it marinate into your brain so that you can actually take action on what I'm talking about here today. So like, let's get it down. How many of you guys, if you've ever dealt with a rejection, or if you've ever dealt with, being dumped, have ever just continued to stalk pages, have continued to like just do things that aren't fucking good for you, that you can't control, or at least cannot stop doing, which in this case we could say are related to, maybe if it's not the stalking, maybe it's like weed. Ever since she dumped you, you smoke weed and you can't stop, and you smoke repetitively, consistently, profusely, day in, day out. Maybe it's alcohol. Maybe you enjoyed a little drink every here and there, but then it got to a point where now you like cannot stop drinking because, well, you're feeling a void in your heart because the girl left. Or video games. Shit, video games is huge. And I know video game. I know the weed one. I know the alcohol one. I know the video game one. I was that nigga, bro. Excuse my language. I was that guy. Actually, come on, man. Who gives a shit? I was that guy. All right. Like I was that guy. Like I could, not entirely, like, duh, I was getting laid. And just to be 100% vulnerable here, and no, this is not something I encourage you kids to do, but I'm speaking from, I'm not going to be speaking from like someone like that's sort of in your position, but that is outside looking in and can relate only based off of like sympathy. So I can sympathize with you guys, right? I personally, and I'm just gonna be honest and vulnerable here because that's what I said I'm gonna do. When I was 14, I lost my virginity, right? And I didn't think much of it. Of course, I was a kid, and like we're not even gonna get into that. But I know that there are men nowadays that are like almost 30 that have never seen pussy in their fucking life, and that's not to laugh at them or point at them or compare to them, but it's like you wonder what's wrong with you, and so does everybody else. And I really want to get to the bottom of why you might be behaving the way that you're behaving and why you're getting the outcome that you're getting. Okay, like if you've done anything sort of addictive after you got negative news or you've been dumped, you've been rejected, anything like that, this is the episode for you to listen to, like with full attention and download everything I say into your brain. All right. She tells you, you know, maybe, things didn't work out because it's me, it's not you. Like, honestly, maybe it was her. Okay. Maybe it was you. Maybe it was both of you guys. All right. Who cares? If it's done, it's done. That's the one thing I want to tell you guys that struggle with rejection, that struggle with the ending of relationships. If it's done, it's done. Period. Point blank, period. There's that back and forth shit. I get it. You could do that if you fucking wanted to. But if you actually gave a shit about yourself, and of course, this is way easier said than done. If you actually gave a shit about yourself and you had a vision or you had something to look forward to, then it wouldn't even be something you think about when it comes to wasting time going back and forth with somebody that is fucking annoying you or that doesn't value you or that doesn't appreciate you in any way, shape, or form. You will understand it's not worth your time because you will be spending your time doing other things that are worth it, that will be giving you a return on your investment when we speak of time. So if you don't have those habits, those positive habits that you can spend your time on that will develop your life and skills and allow you to enhance the quality of your life, then and only then will you start to replace that negative void, the emptiness of being alone, with substances, with weed, drugs, any kind of paraphernalia, porn, dude. That's the fucking worst. Like, especially nowadays, I don't know why. Maybe it's always been this way because I'm young, right? I'm only 24. Maybe it's always been this way and I'm just young. But it's like the amount of like depraved dudes that I know, like not even that I see, like that I know, right? That haven't gotten laid. Like they just never ever seen pussy in their life. Like they're just so depraved. Like the amount of guys that I know like that watch porn and are addicted to porn like crazy fucking scare me. Like it scares me. It makes me think it's not like an illness, but it is on the edge. Like that's what I look at it like. And I'm not judging anybody. Like, look, this episode is not judging. This is about self-improvement and having the hard conversations that we need to have in order to improve ourselves. So if it means that I might step on your toes a little bit, so fucking be it. Because I'm gonna step on your toes so that you can grow an inch taller over your head. Like just take the gift from me. That's all I want to give to you today. All right. The one thing I want to bring up, guys, is, and it's way easier said than done, is to stop wasting hours thinking about what she's doing, who she's with, where she's going, all that stuff. As I said, easier said than done. But if you can actually get a grip and do that, that's step one. Okay. Because definitely, and you guys that have gone through this or are going through this and listening to this recording, you guys that are doing this, that are spending hours, you wake up, you think about her, you go to bed, you think about her, you look for any sign of like a dude that's like around her or anything, like you're fucking killing yourself, man. Like you're fucking killing yourself. Like you're gonna see that, you're gonna get that pit in your stomach. Like what happens? You go on the page, you see she posts her with a guy, or she's on a story, she's like at a restaurant on a date. Do you know that makes you feel? So why the fuck are you doing that to yourself? Like you're gonna get sick, bro. You're not gonna want to eat, or you're gonna want to eat the whole fucking fridge, right? You're not gonna take care of your health, your nutrition in that sense. You're not gonna want to go out. You're not gonna want to go anywhere. You're gonna be so fucked, like in your room, in your car, just not doing anything, listening to sad music, fucking jerking off all day. Is that worth it? To go on our page to get negativity so you can fuck yourself? Like it's not even like it's not worth it. It's sort of like a reflex, an instinct. And I know what it's like to like look at or try to follow up with someone you fell off with. I know what that's like. Believe me when I say that. You know, it's not a good habit. It's not a good feeling either. And it's only going to make you feel worse. So the one thing I would say to you, bro, dude, like block, not even block it, because I know some of you motherfuckers that put people in DM jail. Like you block them just so that when they change their handle, you can check them later. Don't do that shit, bro. Please, please, please. Like if you really want to change the state that you're in, and the things that I've said so far hit you, you have to do that thing, bro. Like I would say don't even block. Just leave it. And you know you have that control in your mind if you can just leave it, not search for it, and it's out there and it's not blocked, and you just choose not to do it. To choose not to do it and have that choice as opposed to removing the option is better. Having more control. Leave the choice open and choose not to do that. Because you know how it feels, you know how it's going to affect you, and you know how negative you're going to fucking respond. And if you don't, let me fucking remind you. You are going to end up smoking the rest of the day. You are going to end up drinking the rest of the day if you drink. You're going to end up playing video games for fucking 12 hours. You're going to end up watching porn after porn after porn the entire day. You will be in your bed and you will never leave your room ever for the fucking day. Like you do, this is depressing. And that's depression if you look at the symptoms. But are you really depressed, or are you doing things that are keeping you in your fucking bedroom? Wallowing, sad as fuck, fat as fuck, mad as fuck, unhealthy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, picture that, man. I don't even want to say feel sorry for yourself, but have mercy on yourself, dude. Like, you deserve better than that. Like, breathe, my guy. Get the fuck outside. Touch grass, bro. Put the console down. Put the controller down. Hit the gym, bro. Eat a little better. You've got friends, and if you don't, honestly, and you're listening to this, shoot me a fucking DM. Shoot me a DM, and then pop up to the live stream, and we'll chat every time I go live, four to 5 times a week, and we'll be friends online. If you have no friends and you're listening to this on the recording, I don't want to fucking see this shit continue. Like, I'm 24 now. By the time I'm 44, you guys are probably gonna be around that same age. You 80s, you 90s kids, right? 80s kids are, of course, a decade older. Do your math. But that's the thing here, guys. I really want you to not like suck in 20 years, because in 20, I'm just telling you this now. With every man or boy at this point in time in their life, as they're young, with everyone that's actually putting in the 2 cents every single day, not doing the things that are holding them back, continuing to do the things that move them forward from this age, in 20 years is going to be a fucking amazing man. It doesn't have to be that you want to, you're going to build a $1 million fortune. It doesn't have to be that you're going to be the president of the fucking world. It doesn't have to be some big grandiose shit. Maybe you have a family and you live happily and you're responsible. And that's perfect, because as a man, bro, that's life. Get a family, raise them right. Don't miss a bill. All right. And have enough to, take care of everybody and spare some, so you're not living paycheck to paycheck. Like that's a perfect life as is, man. Right. And then, there's the above and beyond and those that make millions and millions, and that can definitely be a reality too. But those seeds are planted now. They're planted while you're struggling. They're planted while you are depressed. They're planted while you're anxious. And unless you fucking fix that, in 20 years, the same people that you see on Instagram that are going to the gym and that are actually, maybe they're not perfect, but they're doing their thing, they're making progress, in 20 years are going to be gods compared to you. And I'm not saying that so that you feel inferior. I'm doing that because I want to awaken you to the fact that you have the same fucking potential. And the only recipe that you are going to apply to unleash that potential is time. And that's something we all have until we don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's really keep it 1 billion with that. You have enough time until you don't have any. And if you spend all of your time stalking your ex's page instead of stalking your diet, if you spend enough time jerking off every fucking day because you can't get laid, because you don't talk to girls, because you don't go outside, of your comfort zone, you don't do anything, and you keep repeating these fucking stupid habits over and over and over and over and over again, year after year after year, not only will you be more depressed, not only will you be more anxious, not only could you potentially develop suicidal thoughts, but the quality of your life will be getting more shit every year, and it's almost not worth living, which almost makes suicide make sense. And that's the scary part. Boys, again, this episode's for you today. Wake the fuck up. Please, please, please. I want to break it down for you, man. I really do want to break it down for you here today. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to make up with the lack of physical intimacy, sex with porn. It's going to kill you. Just the way that I explained it. That same pattern, you're going to develop, suicidal tendencies going down that hill. It's inevitable. And it's not the good kind of inevitable. You want that inevitable, the good kind, to be, I go to the gym 2 to 3 times a week, or maybe once or twice, but in 20 years, it's inevitable that I'm going to look fucking great because I'm consistent. That's the good kind of inevitable. Not the I jerk off to porn 7 days a week inevitable. That's suicide. You look at depression now in men. Is it because people are mean to them and talk to them funny? Is it because, girls reject them all the time? Is it because they keep getting dumped? Is it because no. It's none of that shit. It's the way you fucking handle your shit yourself. The way you look at the world yourself. Yes, people can piss you off. Life can also be very shit. And you can also be almost born into a state of depression given your life circumstances. I don't deny that. But it's ultimately, in the end, what you fucking do with your life. And I'm telling you this as a person that comes from a not very rich family. Like, we're not rich, right? I'm one of 5 children. Well, I guess one of 7 now, but one of 5 children growing up. And we had a 3-bedroom apartment. No privacy, no luxuries. Well, we had a PlayStation 2, got a PlayStation 3 later. Afterwards, life got a little bit better, but life wasn't perfect, right? And even if it was perfect, you are still going to find one thing that's going to make it not as good. And that one thing you're going to write off of and say, this is why my life is shit. And everybody has that one thing or them 10 fucking things. But the fact of the matter is how you handle those things, guys and girls, if you're watching this, girls, and you completely ignored me at the beginning of the episode, still cool. Apply this. If you do those things where you continue to put yourself down, or at least look at your life with a pessimistic lens, nothing's going to change for you. Oh, maybe I could get her back. Maybe, whatever the fuck it is. We just broke up because it wasn't the right time. We just broke up because COVID and this. It doesn't fucking matter. What matters most is you. And if you aren't improving yourself, give a fuck about a relationship, because nobody should want you. Fuck, you barely want yourself. You're in your room and you hate it. You're the only one there. You don't even like your own presence. And why is that? Because you don't do the things that you would need to do in order to respect yourself. That's one. And the second thing is your mind, the way you think, the patterns that you have is almost like permanently glued to thinking in a negative process, in a negative way, that's keeping you in this like recurring state of mind that's allowing you to do these stupid things over and over again with these addictions, and so on and so forth. Tell me if I'm lying. And if I am, I'll send you my address. Please come slap me in the face. Like, let's get real here. Stop letting your mind lock you in your bed for hours on end so you can lay there and scroll forever. Stop using Uber Eats and laying there watching your man boobs and your fucking love handles swell up because you couldn't be bothered to get out of your bed, to go downstairs, to cook a hot fucking healthy meal, eat it, and actually feel good. Instead of eating that greasy ass whatever the fuck you're going to eat and fucking feel like shit afterwards. It's not going to do anything for you. It's not going to do anything for you at all. You have to understand that. You have to understand that, guys and girls. All right? Like, and guys and girls, if you hear a little bit of noise in the background, please excuse that. Someone's coming here to pick some stuff up and they're arguing and all that stuff. But like, we move on. We don't really give a shit. But guys and girls, I really want to let you know that it's the way you practice things. It's the way that you look at yourself. It's the way that you allow yourself to get by doing some super fucking evil shit to yourself because of the way that you look at other things, other people, and objectify other people and inflate these things and make it important when it's really not fucking important. I get it. The pain is it's unreal. Like, when you think of the girl that left you and you think of the girl that broke your heart or whatever it is, you feel so sick you can't do anything. You really, really, really just, you're stuck. And I get it, because I've been that fucking guy, bro. Literally wake up, smoke weed, fucking take 5 bong rips back to back to back to back, go downstairs, pop my Bombay, take my gin, drink that shit out the bottle, go back upstairs, play some video games, come back downstairs, and then what would I do? I would drink a 40. And then after that 40, what would I do? Come back upstairs and smoke and do the same thing over and over and over again. And I was wasting my fucking life for so long, guys. And I really want to make that something like that boils down and stays in your brain here. That really, really stays in your brain. Because if you can't get this understood and like you just you're listening to this, you're like, well, I get it and I'm resonating and I can relate, but I can't do what you did, Matt. I'm letting you know you can fucking do it. I'm not different. I'm a human being. You are a human being too. And that's one thing that you have that, like, over everybody, actually, that everybody also has over everyone, that allows them to manipulate their life. The fact that you're a human being. You can fuck up shit and you can fix shit. As humans, we all make mistakes. And as humans, we can fix them. So whatever situation you're in, bro, it's not permanent, man. And I'm telling you, because I was locked the fuck up in my room. I kid you not. Growing up, my first breakup is when the first time I really got like addicted to alcohol. Stopped going to the gym. Didn't even open my curtains when I woke up in the morning. Absolutely fucked. Motivation out the window. Got sick to my stomach every time I thought about this girl. And I know you young guys think the same, because we're all humans. Man or woman, honestly, but this one's for men here today, bro. Feel what I'm saying? Like, I understand the pain is unreal. You feel sick and you feel like you can't do anything. But the worst part is, it'll stay that way until you do something about it. And that's the worst part. The way to fix most things in life is often so simply explained and like so simple and like vanilla, but it's almost like a trick, because the catch is that it's fucking hard. It's simple, but it's so hard to execute because it's so simple. It's like, don't want to get fat? Just put the cookie down. You're looking at that cookie like, yo, this cookie's in my hand and this is so good. And like, I can already taste it by the smell. And like, I could just eat the cookie and then fuck off. And that's how easy it is to fuck up. But it's also that easy to not fuck up. Just put the cookie down, right? And the same thing applies here, guys. Okay? It'll stay the same way until you do something about it. So it's time to block and delete. It's time to turn off your phone. It's time to unplug your console and touch fucking grass. It's time to go outside with your family and friends. Hit the bar. Play billiards. Go with your boys. Do something. If you have no friends and you live in my area and you know me because you see me in the gym, don't hesitate to fucking walk up to me. Please, please, please holla at your boy. I don't bite. You'd be surprised. I'm a fucking nerd too a little bit, man. I play me some fucking video games so we can chat that chat. If you need a spot on the bench press, whatever it is, and you're listening to this, you watch this replay on YouTube, or you listen to this on Spotify or Apple Podcast, say, yo, bro, I listened to this episode. I fucking vibe with it. I feel you. What are you saying? Or at least whatever it is, I will just talk to you. And if that's all you need, that's what I'll give, because that's what I'm here to do. Yeah, I like to look good. Yeah, I like to be jacked. Yeah, I like to be shredded as fuck. But my purpose, like the point of me living here, bro, on this planet, is not just to be a fucking IFBB Pro bodybuilder, professional bodybuilder. That's awesome. Like, I love it and I'm grateful. That's not it. So it's not the only thing. It's actually under why I got that card. It's the inspiration that motivated me to do it and succeed. That inspiration is the thing that I actually live for. Because once you get the goal, once you get the medal, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, you get 3 minutes of glory on stage, you cry a little bit, you're like, fuck yeah, it worked. And then tomorrow you're like, what's next? And my what's next is literally looking at inside, internally, and saying, okay, what things that I had inside that I really want to fix? Like, what things do I have inside that I really want to fix that I know other people struggle with, and I talk about it, right? Maybe it's not always, fat loss, like for today, like today's mainly mindset, but there are things that I went through in my life, I've experienced in my life, good and bad. And I'm not only going to be sitting here sharing the good shit, because we're fucking humans and we're real human people. Period. And I'm not going to hold that away from you for the sake of looking pretty. I'm not going to hold that away from you just to look like this perfect IFBB Pro Matt Butale. No, nah. You can idolize me all you want, but I'm a fucking regular guy. You see me at your grocery store, you'll see me at your gym. I cry too. Feel what I'm saying? I get angry too. I've got family members that I like. I've got family members that I want to punch in the face too. I'm fucking a human being. I've been dumped. I've dumped. I've done this. I've done that. The whole point here, guys and girls, is I'm not perfect. Neither are you, especially boys. Okay? You're looking at me, you're like, oh, Matt, bro, this guy's probably getting laid all the time, doing this, doing that, so shredded, making money. Da-da-da. Life is not what it seems, bro. Okay? And yes, maybe even if it is true, some of those things, yeah, I'm not going to get, too much into detail, because you know what I'm saying. But some of those things might be true. But the fact of the matter is, I'm still a human being. And we often, as men, idolize other men to a point where it's like, you feel just small. Like you feel like if I stand next to this person, even with me covered up with my clothes on, like I'm sweating and my heart's going off because I just don't like the way that I am. I don't like the way that I look. And I think that they think it's that about me when nobody really gives a fuck about anything at all. At all. Do you know what I mean? And as a man, especially as a man that most other men look up to with my physique, with my lifestyle, and my youth and all that stuff, I'm going to take advantage of this platform to make sure that I'm letting you know. Don't stress it, bro. It's not like that. It's not, bro. You don't know how many fucking fit pros that I know that honestly have it worse than you listening to this or watching this right now. There are a lot of people that you idolize, guys and girls, that live shit. And if you only just saw or lived their life for a day, you'd get it. But you can't because they're only going to show you the good shit. I personally don't give a flying bird. And I'm not saying that to say that I'm better or worse. I'm telling that to you because I'm letting you know, like, this is the real. This is the Meathead on the Mic podcast. Yes, we talk about muscles. Yes, we talk about fat loss. Yes, we talk about all the things gym related, nutrition related, but we also talk about mindset too. And we also talk about keeping it a fucking stack if you listen to the intro, because if you don't fucking believe any of this shit's possible or real, if you don't believe any of this is real, like a real human being's talking to you, you're not going to believe anything's possible. Like changing your fucking body, losing 50 pounds, putting on 20 pounds of muscle, doing this, doing that. None of it's going to be possible to you because why? Because, well, like, these are fake guys, the fake influencers, Instagram, just saying this so you buy the protein. I just want you to fucking join the coaching. I don't care. I'm doing this for free. This podcast is absolutely free. I just put my time into it. And I love it because I see you guys and girls, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere, LinkedIn. You hit me up like, yo, I needed that. And I know what that feels like because my mentors do that shit for me. And the people that inspired me did that shit for me so much to the point that my dreams actually came true. So boys, when I tell you, man, when I really tell you this, and I'm speaking from the bottom of my heart, like my eyes are burning, but I will not cry today. I'm speaking from the bottom of my heart, bro. For the love of God, put the controller down. Stop fucking watching porn. Go outside, touch grass, call your mom. All right. Go call your people, check on them, get out of bed, brush your teeth, shower, do all the things you need to do to make you feel like $1,000,000. Even if you're fucking kind of fat right now and you haven't started going to the gym, cool. Accept that fact that you don't like the way you look and do that one thing you need to do to get that ball rolling. And if you're struggling and you can't do that alone, the door's open, bro. The door's wide open. Hit me up on Gram, Facebook, YouTube, anything, anytime, and I'll do my best to get back to you. This is not just fitness. This is not just the way you look. This is not just how healthy you can eat, how much you can lift. It's none of that shit. Well, it is most of that shit, but it's not only that shit. And I want that to be very, very, very apparent. It's like that you have to know that. Because otherwise you're going to keep looking up at these people on Instagram or on Facebook or whatever and like swearing that like, I wish I had their life. I wish this, that, and the other thing, when what you've got going on is way better. Yes, you might not have their body. Christ's sake, we know that. Genetics, whatever. Who gives a shit? But you can make your body the best body that you've ever fucking had. And that's way better than idolizing somebody else's fucking six pack. What are you going to do? Ride his dick? Doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. And I get it because I'm a fan of people too. I'm a diehard fan of some bodybuilders. As a pro even now, I don't care. With no shame at all. Call me a dick rider, I don't give a shit, right? But I'm not going to make that my life. I'm not going to like, oh, this dude won the Olympia. Why didn't I fucking win? And I'm like in my first year of being a pro and I'm still a natural bodybuilder. Like, never, like, stop comparing yourself with the guys. And girls too even. I'm calling you out because you're actually the worst with this shit. Y'all compare each other online a lot. The makeup, the physique, the height, the nose, man, the lips, all that. That's ladies, but that's for another day. I digress. But the men, stop, like, just really, be idolized, like, be motivated. Like, I was that, and that helped me get my goals taken care of. But do not be obsessed with achieving a similar outcome of another man, whether it's money, whether it's a physique, whether it's a lifestyle. You're gonna have your own path. You're gonna have your own outcome, and that should be the best part about it. Because I'd rather be 100% me than 100% carbon copy. Like there's no sense in like, who are you if you have no identity? Because your identity is someone else's. So the goal here isn't to tell you to be like Matt. Don't prep like Matt. Don't aim to compete or turn pro like Matt. Don't try to get super shredded and super swollen. Do this. Don't be me. Be yourself, but in the best possible way, man. In a way where you will actually be able to be proud of yourself when you come home from the gym or work or wherever, and you look in the mirror and like, I have control. I'm fucking driving this shit. Not the weed, not the porn, not the video games, not the fucking anything else. This is my show and I run it because I'm a fucking man. That's how I really want you guys that struggle with depression, that struggle with anxiety, rejection, all that stuff to feel. Because if you can't feel that shit now, I promise you, in the next 20 years, I hope to God you're still here and you didn't kill yourself, because men really struggle with that. But I really want you to understand that. All right. You need a handle on life. You need a handle on love. All right. It's time you hit the gym and become the man she would regret fucking losing. I'm going to repeat that again. It's time to hit the gym and become the man she would regret losing. You can have a handle on life and you can have a handle on love. I believe on you. I believe in you, bro. You can have a handle on life and a handle on love. It's real. Yes, you. If you're a virgin right now and you're 25, I don't care. You can still do this shit. The deep work needs to get done. And it starts with getting out of bed, making it, brushing your teeth, washing your face, hitting the shower, going to the gym, the basic shit that will make you just smell good. Go outside and not be self-conscious about your fucking armpits. That shit. That's the base. That's the foundation that you need to, repeat every single fucking day in order to get the outcome in 20 years of looking back and being proud of yourself, to the point where those nights in your room where you were just stuck up, rolling, turning, couldn't think about the bitch that dumped you, are done, over with, gone, in the wind, in the past, as it should be. All right? But if you don't believe in yourself and all you have is in your life, instead of having a handle on love and having a handle on life, is love handles and B cup fucking man boobs because of crazy social anxiety and all that stuff, depression, severe self-hate, all those things, if that's all you do, like if you don't believe in yourself, that's all you will have. That's the only thing on the table that you can eat. And you're serving it to your fucking self. So if you're listening to this and you're a dude and you're going through it right now and she dumped you, play your cards right and you might win her back, or even better, let's listen up. But if like listen up clearly, because you don't really want to win her back. You want to become that man, right? If you let that stack of cards get dusty, play your cards right and you might win her back. I don't want you to win her back, but you might, okay? But if you let that stack of cards get dusty, so will you, man. The choice is yours. You know what time it is. All right, that's it. That's all. If you like this episode, share it out with a friend. I hope I was able to deliver a valuable experience to you guys and girls today, mostly you men, because I kind of kicked you girls out respectfully at the start of the episode here. Again, I really had a fun time on this one. I hope this message got through to you, especially for a man, because this is something that you needed to hear, or if you're a boy becoming a man. All right, let's embrace your inner meathead together. It's been nice chatting. Hope you fucking like what today's topic was about. IFBB PRO signing out. Boom. All right. Podcast episodes recorded. Again, excuse me for the noise in the background. Someone's picking up shit. They're fucking arguing. I knew this was going to happen. I kind of wanted to push it a little bit back, which is why we're even going live at 8 o'clock, 8:42 EST. But hey, I'd rather do this than miss it. I would feel like shit if I missed it, because I really, really wanted to give you guys this episode today. So I'm going to read some of the comments and or questions before I dip out, because we've been rolling here for almost 40 minutes. So let us check it out. And again, guys and girls, if you do have comments or questions, please drop them in. Tyson, Natural Nomad, what is good, bro? He says, biggest flex to be a nomad and let them run back to you. The ball's in your court. Yeah, no, 100%. 100% nomad. And you know what it is, a natural nomad. Again, if you know what it is, I'm the head coach of the Natural Nomad Academy. And this is somebody that actually used to work with. He graduated the Natural Nomad Academy. And he's here today. Just, he tuned in. Tyson. Shout out to Tyson_Barrett. He hauls trucks. He's a good guy, a great Canadian dude. And he's on the same page as us here. Shout out to everybody else that joined today. One moment. Just give me a sec.